What's up, my friends? I'm back. How's everybody doing today? I am back. I am back and live. I've been away for a few days because I injured myself working out. I tried this new workout plan and I actually injured myself, but I am back. And today we're going to be talking about the law of increase. This is part two of the law of increase or the law of money. Remember the rules of the game here. Number one, we're going to be talking about this is our day 13 of 40 days of freedom, power, and success. If you're joining us, number one, where are you joining us from? That's the first thing. We got to know that. So put that in the comments. Where are you joining from? If you have a question, leave it in the comment section below because I will be answering all questions no matter what they are about business, success, relationships, parents, money, uh, whatever you have a question, I will answer it. Number three, the number three rule is this little button right here. Share this with somebody else so that they can actually join in on the live. I have not gone live in a week because I injured myself. I started a new workout routine, the funny thing is, it was a band's resistance routine, and I injured my upper glute, and it was the most painful thing that I've ever felt in a long time. I mean, it was painful, and I couldn't sit, couldn't walk, couldn't lay. It hurt real bad. So I saw a doctor last week. Doctor told me what the issue was, and I am feeling a whole lot better. How are you doing, Shikar? How are you doing? Thank you so much. You are amazing too. I really appreciate it. Remember, where are you joining from? If you have a question, leave it in the comment section below right now because I'm going to be answering every single question. I don't care what it is. If you ask a question, I will answer it. Number three, make sure you share. Okay. And finally, if you are not following me, you see this live and you think that I say something that is dope and you like it. How you doing, Jordan? If it's something you like, then follow me. If you don't like the content, unfollow. Right? You can always unfollow. There's a lot of great people here on TikTok and other platforms that you can actually follow as well. So I want to know, where are you joining from? If you have a question about relationships, money, business, whatever your question is, please leave it in the comment section. I will answer that question for you. Share this with somebody, and then follow if you're not following. Okay. If you're catching this, if you can't stay the whole time and you need to catch it on the re-air, you can catch it on my YouTube channel, Daniel Smiley Speaks, or it's Daniel Smiley or something. You can go to Facebook and catch it, and it'll be on IGTV as well, Instagram TV. But today we're going to be talking about the law of increase, how to get more money in your life. You don't have enough money, we're going to talk to you about how to get more money, how to get more love, how to have the kind of relationship that you want, how to increase in whatever area of your life you're going to hear it today. Hassan, I am in the U.S., specifically in the state of Texas. That's where I am. Marlene, you from the DR? Is that the Dominican Republic? User Morris Jackie, you're from Germany. What part of Germany? I lived in Germany for 7 years. In Mainz, Wiesbaden, Rüsselsheim. I know the country a little bit. I had an opportunity to be there, so I really, really love it. If you have a question, leave it in the comments below. If you're not following me right now and you're on this live, follow me because the content I think is rich. Share it, and then let me know where you're from. Okay, now listen, Columbus, Ohio. How you doing from Columbus, Ohio? Thanks for checking in. The law of increase. How to get more money in your life. That's what most people want to know. How do I get more money in my life? Or how do I increase my relationship? Or how do I get more love? How you doing, baby loves? I told you I was coming on at 3 today. I'm glad you're joining me. How to overcome anxiety? Okay, I'm going to be talking about that. How to overcome anxiety. I will answer that question. So you make sure you stay tuned. She Carson, I'm going to answer that question, how to overcome anxiety. Okay? Overcoming anxiety. All right. And today we're also going to be talking about the law of increase. So let's talk about this is part 2. If you want to check out part 1, it's called the law of money. Really, it's the law of increase. I want you to go check that out on my YouTube channel if you want to get more of this, or you can just join from right where you are. So the last time we were talking, we talked about the law of money, right? How to get more money in your life. And really, that word, how to get more money in your life, really I was trying to capture your attention because really it's about the law of increase. And the law of increase merges with the law of the seed. Okay? Remember what we talked about a law is. A law is something that you cannot change. Nothing you can't. The law of gravity. Throw something up, it's going to come down. You can't change that law. You can fight against the law. You can ignore the law. But if you do, you are going to suffer the consequences for it. That's just the bottom line. How to meet new people in a relationship. We'll talk about that. My YouTube user is user 78 is Daniel Smiley. Just search Daniel Smiley. You'll see a picture of me, and you'll be able to do that. Okay. All right. So we talked about what a law is. A law is something that you cannot change. We talked a week ago about the law of attraction. There are certain rules that are attached to the law of increase or the law of attraction. There's certain rules. If you don't follow the rules, then you can't get the benefits of it. Okay? A law is a law. If you follow the law, you reap the benefit. If you don't follow the law, you won't. And the reason why most people don't have the abundance of money in their lives that they want is because they don't know the law of increase. They don't know the law of the seed. They have no idea. They don't understand how to get money in their lives. Okay? Now, here's how most people do it when it comes to money. You have a job, you go work 40 hours a week, you are trading your time for money. Okay? You are trading your time for money. Depending on what problem you're solving with respect to that time, that's how much money you're going to get. Money is nothing but a reward for solving a problem. That's all money is. Money is a reward for solving a problem. You go do a job, somebody will pay you for it. The more complex the job, the more money you can make. The less complex the job, the less money you make. Let me give you an example. Garbage men solve one kind of problem. Brain surgeons solve another kind of problem. Both problems need to be solved, but they're different problems. So they make different money, right? Brain surgeons make this much. Garbage man makes this much. That's just how it works. Okay? Money is a reward for solving a problem. You got to understand that. If you want to get more money in your life, you have to learn to solve either one, a more complex problem, or number two, a problem for more people. That's the only two ways that you're going to get money in your life. One, you solve a more complex problem than you're solving right now. Or number two, you solve that same problem for more people. That's it. That's all. Pretty simple, right? That's how you can increase money in your life. But how does increase work? It's called the law of the seed. Okay? What is the law of the seed? If I were to take a seed, let's say this was an apple seed, right? This apple seed, inside of this apple seed is contained millions of apples. In one apple seed, millions of apples that could feed you for the rest of your life and your kids' lives is in that one seed. However, if you take this seed and you put it on the ground and you crush it, you've ended that seed's life. It won't help anybody. The second thing you can do with the seed is you can eat it. If you eat this seed, once that seed has provided what little nutrition it can provide with you, that's the end of that seed's life. Lastly, if you take this seed and you plant it in soil in the right season, that seed will become a tree. That tree will produce fruit. That fruit contains inside of it seeds that you can then replant and grow more. Okay, that's how it works. In our lives, we are not living according to the law of the seed. Many of us are using our time, going to work for somebody. We're getting the money from the work, and we are destroying it, doing whatever we do with our money, spending it, buying clothes to try to impress people, or we're doing a lot of stuff with it, right? And by the way, it's okay. It's okay to spend your money on whatever it is you want, but if you want to increase it in your life, there are certain rules, laws you have to follow. Then some people are going to work, they're making money, and then they're taking that money and they're eating it all. And it provides you with nutrition, but that's it. Ultimately, you should be going to work and taking that money and reinvesting it back into some sort of business, somebody else's business, something. You should be making your money make you money. Okay? If you are not doing that, you're wasting it. You are wasting the money and you are limiting its life. So one of the laws of money centers around the law of seed. And that is, how you doing, Juliet? And that is, you have to plant that seed so that it can create a tree so that you can actually get more seed and continue the process. So that's important. You have to understand that. So somebody left me a message. What if I have little money to invest? I'm going to talk to you guys about something. Listen to me very closely. I own 3 businesses. 2 of those businesses cost me no money to get started, $0 to get started, but they have generated me some revenue. One is I own a t-shirt business. Okay. I like saying positive quotes. I want my money to make money. So I created a business that solves a problem for people, allows them to express themselves, right? And they pay for the shirts. And I continue to reinvest back in that business and grow it and so on and so forth. I own a speaking business where we actually do speaking events, right? Live on TikTok, live on Instagram, places like that, where people can actually gain something from it. They're being educated, learning, they're being motivated, inspired, all of those things. Okay. And so that creates adds value into somebody else's life. And so some people will donate or pay for that. You have to be able to solve a problem in order to make money. But when you get that money, you need to reinvest that money back into your life so that you can actually make more money. That's the only way to make it. Now, here's what a lot of people do. They go to work, they get paid, and then they take that money to somebody else's business and reinvest it in that other person's business. If you want to grow money yourself, a money tree yourself, you have to figure out, one, am I going to invest it back into a business that I own and control? Or am I going to invest it in a business that I know and understand? And that you're not doing it blindly. When I decided to start my t-shirt business, I knew exactly what I was doing. I want to provide positive expressions that people can wear all over the world on their shirts. Okay? Because people want to spread positivity like me. So I'm giving them an opportunity to do that through t-shirts. I'm solving a problem. The more money I can solve, the more people I can solve this problem for, the more money eventually my company will make. That's how it works. So you should be reinvesting back into your own life by either, one, starting a business that you own and control. That's what I recommend. A business that you own or control, or you're going to invest in a business that you fully understand. You understand that business. You have to understand that business. What a lot of people do is they take their money and they say they're investing in some sort of investment plan, but they're actually investing it with a person. And they don't even know that person. I remember years and years and years ago, I was investing in 401k. I didn't know who the person was that was investing my money. So I stopped doing it. I had no idea about who that person was. Okay? So if you want to grow your money, if you want to increase the money in your life, okay, you have to reinvest in your own business or a business that you understand. What about love? Okay? What about being in a relationship? If you want more love from somebody else, love is a seed. Okay. You have to give more love. Okay. Now, love could take on the form of time. Um, it could take on the form of support. It could take on the form of affirmation. Whatever love is for my wife, right? Whatever that is, support, affirmation, whatever she. If I want more love in my life, I need to be willing to sow more love into her life and other people's lives. If I want more love in my life, then I have to be able to do that for other people first. The only real way, the only true way to get what you want in life is to give others what they want first. That's something I read in How to Win Friends and Influence People. The only way to truly get what you want from somebody is to give them what they want first. If they reject it, then that wasn't the right person. But if you want more money, you have to learn how to sow money. If you want more love, you got to learn how to sow love. If you want more attention, you got to learn how to sow attention. Give it into that other person's life. That's what you have to do. Fussing with your spouse is not going to bring peace to your house. If you want more peace, give more peace. If you want more understanding, be more understanding. That is the law of increase, the law of the seed. If I want more apples, I have to plant more apple seed. That's it. It's just that simple. The hard part is doing it, because once I plant this seed into the ground, then I have to cultivate and nurture it before I see any growth. Money is the same way. You are working 40, 80, 160 hours before you even see a dime. You are giving your time to someone else before you even see a dime. You trust that process. When it comes to investing, when it comes to giving love away, the whole 9 yards, you got to make sure that you sow it in the ground, you cultivate it, you nurture it, so that you can see the harvest on that particular thing that you're trying to increase. The reason why you don't have the amount of money in your life, one or two reasons. You either haven't sown or invested, or the amount of time that needs to pass hasn't passed yet. The reason why you don't have the amount of love you want in your life is because you haven't reinvested enough, or the amount of time that needs to pass for it to be mature hasn't passed. But if you want more in your life, you have to give more of that. Okay, you have to, and that's how it works. All right. 401k Rescue Squad. Good question. I'm gonna answer that question in just a second. So the bottom line is, if you want more in your life, you have to give more from your life in order to get it. And that's the law of increase. We are doing 40 days of freedom, power, and success. This is day 13, part 2 of the law of money, or the law of increase, or the law of the seed, so that you guys can understand that. I want you guys to succeed in life. I don't want you to have no questions about how I can get more money, how I can have a better relationship. I don't want you to have questions about that. You should know how to do that, and you can come to my page, and I'll tell you exactly how to do those things. So if you have a question, you can also leave me a question. But that's how the law of increase works. The law of increase, the law of money, is subject to the law of the seed. Okay? You sow a seed in the ground, and contain within that seed are fruit that have seed in it, and you can continue to replant, and you can be taken care of for the rest of your life. Now, here's something I want you to understand. You can know the law, but not follow it, and you won't reap the benefit. You cannot know the law and follow the law unknowingly, and you'll reap the benefits from it. How did Amazon become the biggest company in the world? How did Jeff Bezos become the richest man in the world? It's because he solved a small problem for more people. And he's not as big as he's going to be. He's going to be a whole lot bigger. Amazon is. He solved a small problem, saving people time on buying things for a whole lot of people. That's it. That's the only thing Jeff Bezos did. He started a company that solves a very small problem, saving people time for a bunch of people. That's it. Or you can be like the owner of Tesla, SpaceX. You solve a very big problem for one person, get people to the moon, and you'll make a lot of money that way too. Or Bill Gates, solved a medium-sized problem, Windows operating system, for a bunch of people all over the world. That's how it works. If you solve a problem for a bunch of people, okay, if I can sell 100,000 shirts in a year, the company would generate close to $2 million. Right? You just got to know, I just got to understand what people want and give it to them. That's it. That's all. That's simple. And sell it for the right price. If I can enhance people's lives through public speaking events, enough people around the world, people will be willing to donate to it. The bottom line is, if you solve enough problems for enough people, you'll be fine. You understand? That's how increase works. So now that you know this law, no one can stop you from making whatever it is you want to make. Nobody can. No one. You just have to figure out how to do it. And that's just the bottom line. Okay. So let me answer some of your questions. All right. I'm going to go back up here to the top and we'll talk about answering your questions. If you have a question, the time to leave it in the comment section is right now. I see Kenya's here. I see Germany's here. I see the USA is here. Let me see here. All right. How do we overcome anxiety? Okay. Anxiety, right? A person who feels anxious. The reason why a person is anxious is because they feel powerless over controlling some things that they cannot control. You can't predict what's going to happen. You want something to happen right now. You don't have any control over the time. And so we feel powerless over what we cannot control, right? The root of anxiety is fear. You're afraid that if you can't control it, or you can't get it done, or you can't do it, then it's probably not going to get done. You become overwhelmed with it. So what you have to do to overcome anxiety is you have to learn how to rest in where you are, control what you can control, and not worry about anything else. Now, I know that seems like it's simple, it's easier said than done, but you have to learn to understand that you can't control everything. No matter how much you try to control, you cannot control everything. It's impossible. There are some things that are out of your control. So the way that I remain out of a place of anxiety is I realize that as as much as I can do, as good as I am in certain areas, I can't control everything. So I'm going to focus all of my attention on doing those things that I can do only. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. That's it. The other day, I bought a new a new part for my camera, and they said it was going to be next day delivery. And I'm sure many of you are like this. You order something, and I ordered it from Amazon, and then I'm waiting. It's 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and I'm looking at the tracking and seeing where it is because I want that thing to get to me immediately. When it didn't come to me, I kind of got a little pissed off. It was the delay in the shipment. A person who is anxious will say, okay, let me see where the tracking is. And instead of me waiting for that person to bring it to my house, I'm going to try to find out where they are so I can get it faster. You don't control that. You can't. You got to just leave it alone. You got to learn how to rest in where you are and control the things that you can control, and your anxiety will eventually leave. All right. Need 56 says, how do you meet new people for new relationships? Like this, you can start a conversation with a person online. You can go to where people congregate. I would suggest doing that now that we're COVID-19. But you can meet people like this. Find people who have similar interests, things that you like. They like the exact same thing, and just start a conversation. And it could be something like, hey, I see you like painting. I do too. What is it about painting you like? And that person will begin to tell you all of the things they like about painting. And you guys have struck up a conversation, and you'll find out that you have some things in common. And then some people you're going to find out you don't have things in common with. But the more people you talk to, the more people you initiate a conversation with, the more people you will eventually get to know. And some of those people you become close to, and they can become friends for the rest of your life. So here's the real answer. If you want to start good relationships, take an interest in the interest of the other person. Learn to be interested in what they're interested in first. And then once you do that, and they've told you everything they're interested in, they will probably come back and ask you what you're interested in, and then you guys have a connection. So that's how you do it. Somebody asked where my YouTube is. It's Daniel Smiley. DanielSmiley. Juliet, nice to meet you. Thank you for being on the live. Living Vibrations. You say you're an author. You just released a book on Friday. What is the name of your book, Living Vibrations? And what is it about? I would love to have you on so you and I can talk on a live. So Jess, 2020, you said you wish you can branch off. You are so much more. You wish you can branch off and do what? Explain. Branch off and do what? Living Vibrations, you said how much is it for that shirt, for this shirt, and you want undignified on it. We can create the shirt with undignified on it. Just leave me a DM, or you can go to my Instagram, what have you. Just leave me a DM and say, hey, this is Living Vibrations. I want a shirt that says undignified. And then I'll make sure that our team creates a shirt that's undignified, and we'll throw it in our store. Right now it's a 30% sale. So it's $14 for a shirt, for a t-shirt to have undignified on it, or entrepreneur. And I have one that says quitting is not an option. Positive saying, undignified. We'll create that shirt for you. It's just right now it'll be 30% off with the coupon if you go to the store, and you can get it for literally $14. Juliet, you say you agree. Holes 85 says you're from London. I love London. I ate chickpeas for the first time in London. I love that place. Uh, all right. 401k. 401k is more of a long-term protection blanket. 401k rescue, we can have a conversation about 401k and all of those things. I've never made any money investing in a 401k. The problem that I have with things like 401ks, it's a very safe vehicle for investing, but you have no control over it, really very little control over it. And if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But I like to invest in things that I can control and I understand. And most people who are investing in their 401k, they have very little understanding about what's going on with the stock market and where they're investing their money. They have very little understanding about that, which is why I wouldn't recommend it unless you fully understand it. If you fully understand your 401k and what the person who is managing it is investing in, and why, and what the companies are all about, then I recommend it. Now, I'm not a financial expert. I'm just saying I prefer to invest my money back into myself, because I understand that how hard I'm going to work for me, and how hard I'm going to push that money to work as well. So, Rami, you say you have a question. What is your question? Hello from Mali. Medina, how are you? Thank you for joining. So 401k said, what about a company that pays you every 2 weeks, holding on to your money longer? Okay, I'm a business owner and I payroll people. Okay. And so if a person is paid on a monthly basis, obviously they're paid 12 times a year. If they're paid every 2 weeks, they're paid 52 times a year. 26 times a year, I'm sorry. Almost one more paycheck. And if they are paid on a weekly basis, they're paid, once every week. I prefer to pay every week because for me personally, I like for it to be clean, and after every single week, I can understand exactly what's going on. And I don't know what companies are doing with what benefit companies have by paying out monthly or every 2 weeks. I don't know what those benefits are. I know that for some companies, it gives them the opportunity to make enough money to cover their payroll, but some companies already have it. And instead of paying a person out 52 times a year or 12 times a year, They prefer to pay a person out, um, you know, uh, 26 times a year or whatever that number ends up being, 24, whatever number that is. That's what they end 20 instead of being 12, it's 13 times a year, I think. But I don't know what the benefits are. If you know what the benefits are, then please list that here in the comment section. I have a question on the topic that you Rami, what is the question? Tell me what the question is. 401 Rescue, thank you for loving the energy. I'm always like this, always, unless I'm sleeping. But my mind is always going. I'm always hustling, working, making things happen. Gavin, I love Elon Musk too. I love all entrepreneurs, people who are trying to make things happen. I love them. I just love them. Whatever they're doing, I don't care what it is. I love them. Okay, so let me see here. I want to make sure I'm answering all of your questions. All right. Salum, Salum, thank you from Ontario, Canada. And I appreciate you telling me that it makes your day. I really do. Okay. So user 89 says, first you got to eat better. You lost anxiety on an alkaline diet. Okay. It could have something to do with the person's diet as well. But the reason why people are anxious, they're kind of trying to get to where they're getting to before they need to get to it, is because they are, afraid if they don't get to it, it's not going to be there, or if they don't get to it, they can't control it. It's a lot of reasons why. I just think that if you learn to rest in where you are, calm down, and understand that you can control only what you can control, you'll be fine. Okay. Sis Pulling 28. Hi, I'm saying hi to you. You want me to say hi? I'm saying hi. How are you doing? Remember, if you're not following me, if you like the content and you're not following me, please follow me. Sav, you said you like the way I speak and the ideas you give. I'm just only speaking from experience. I've lived a long time. I do this for one reason, because I love you guys. I do. I love you guys. And I want to share knowledge with you so that you can live your best life. And everybody's not going to take the advice. Everybody's not going to follow the instruction. That's fine. But at least you have the instruction. I do this because I really love you guys. I invest this time with you because I love you. I don't want nothing from you. I do it because I love you. Hack Hunter from Iraq. You want to buy US stocks, how you do it? I'm not sure. If I were you, I would Google it. How can I buy US stocks and I'm in Iraq? Figure it out, right? I'm sure there's a pretty easy way to do it online. Find a broker who invests, and you give them your money, they take care of it for you, I guess. I mean, you Google it, you can find it out for sure. Virtual Sasha, Sunday greetings to you. Sending good vibes your way. Same thing. Thank you so much. Thank you for the heart and for the love, baby love. If you have a question, leave it in the comments below. We have just a couple of more minutes. If you have a question, leave it in the comments below. Miss Cute and Sassy, is the first time on your page, and you're definitely going to add. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. We'll be on tomorrow, day 14, 40 days to freedom, power, and success. I want you to have more freedom, more power, and more success in your life. That's why I'm doing this. 40 days in a row. That's why I'm doing it. Because I want you to have more freedom, more power, and more success in your life. That's what I want. If you have a question, leave it below. Eric says, why do you think some people never make the leap into being successful and finding their true potential? Fear. They're afraid. We all we have all been created to solve a problem. All of us have been created to solve a unique problem in this world. All of us have. And there are things that you can do that I can dream about it, but I can never do it. There are things that you bring to the table that I could never, ever, ever fathom or bring to the table. When people don't discover their uniqueness, when they don't understand that there is no other person in this world like them, not one other person, with their experience, their upbringing, their perspective, whatever, their life's experience, when they don't understand that, it is a benefit, no matter how hard or easy your upbringing was. When they don't understand that, then they sit in the backgrounds on that greatness and never ever take chances and never ever put themselves out there, and they don't reach their full potential. A lot of people, and let me put it this way: when a child is born, that child is born not knowing anything, and everything that child learns growing up, they learn from what they hear, from their household, from TV, from platforms like this, from friends, from their experiences. But a child has unlimited potential, and we allow external forces, circumstances, and people to shape our way of thinking about ourselves. So if you were in grade school and somebody told you that you were not smart, and you're 40 years old and you still believe that now, then you've allowed that person to control your destiny. We just never get, people really never ever reach into themselves and say, wait a minute, let me discover me. Let me take a look at me. I know I'm supposed to be doing more and can do more. So let me just, let me figure out who I am so that I can make my mark on the world. I can make my impact on the world. That's why they were afraid to take the leap, because they're afraid to look at themselves and find that unique diamond that's in there and go for it, because of fear of failure, fear of judgment, all kinds of stuff. But it's usually rooted in they're afraid. They're afraid. My greatest fear is that I do not reach my fullest potential. And part of my potential is giving myself 100% to you guys. Giving everything that I have to you. That's what it's all about for me. That if I failed in an area, or I've fallen short in an area, or if I had success in an area, you should know about it. So that you can use what part of it you need to grow your life, to better your life. That's it. That's what I care about. That's part of my potential. I'll give you another example. I started a speaking business for a reason. I thought, because I was a speaker, people should be giving me an opportunity, when I really am the one that's supposed to be giving the opportunity. So the reason why I created a speaking business is because I'm supposed to be the giver of opportunity, not the receiver of opportunity. But it's the giving of opportunity that allows me to receive opportunity, and for me to live my best life, my fullest potential. So thanks for that question, Eric. All right. Let me see here. Thank you, for the gift. I appreciate that. All right. All right. Let's ask this question. What is good? Kelly Whitaker says, what's a good investment? Great question, Kelly. Let me tell you the investment advice I give. This is the investment advice that I give. One, invest in a business that you own it, and you control it. Find a product or service that you can provide to somebody else. Start a business that you own it, and you control it. That's my number one investment advice. Number two, if you are not going to start a business, invest in a business that you understand, fully understand, not partially. You're not just throwing money at it to see what's going to happen. Invest in a business that you fully understand. That's my second investment advice. The third investment advice I have is this. If you don't want to start a business and you don't know of business to invest in, then you find a person that you know who either owns a business, or that person is a person who invests in other businesses, and you trust that person. You have to know that person. So those are my three investment tips. Invest in a business that you own and control. If you don't do that, invest in a business that you fully understand. That's second. If you can't do that, invest in a person that you know this person. They have a proven track record. You know them, that they're going to make your money grow. That's my recommendations for investing. Most of the people outside of the U.S. invest in U.S. stock markets, but a online broker is needed. Okay, there's your answer. The guy who asked about can he invest in U.S. stock, find a broker, even if you're out of the country. I'm assuming that's what you were saying. Hack Hunter said, talk about those who talk about us. Can we not give up? I'm not sure I understood what your question, so I'll move on to the next one. Mile the Great says, I work for the government at entry level. Do you think I should go for a master to advance or before an entrepreneur? Okay, good question. All right. I don't know what your life goal is. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish, what you want to accomplish. I don't know what the answer to what you're trying to do. So I'm just going to ask you this question and answer it this way. Be honest with what you want to become. And when I say what you want to become, I want you to think about yourself 10, 15, 20 years from now. Do you want to have a 20-year career working for the government? Is that what your dream is? Then do it. I know a guy who is in his mid 40s, has been working for the government for, I don't know, 25 years, 20 years or something like that. He's just now starting out businesses, and he really is like, oh, I don't know if I want to do business or not. If you're comfortable and you've excelled in your career, then working for the government, then that's good. That's not a bad path. There are a lot of people who are successful working for other people. You can do that exact same thing. You just have to know what you want. Okay? I'm an entrepreneur. So working for a company for 20 years that's just not part of my makeup. It's not. My makeup is trying to build a company for 20 years. That's how I'm built. You got to know that about yourself. So if you want to take the route of getting your master's degree in hopes that you're going to advance and grow through your government career, do that. Okay? Take what extra money you have, invest it back into the way that I talked about. And by the way, you can do both. You're working for the government if you want to test out the entrepreneurial route. And by the way, being an entrepreneur is not a job title. It's not a job. It's who you are. That's what an entrepreneur is. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an inventor, a creator. That's who I am. I run a business. That's my makeup. Working for somebody else is just not my makeup. It's just not. I'm not the guy who's going to be on a job for 25 years. That's just not me. But I know that about me. And there's nothing wrong with you if that's not you. But you got to know that about yourself. If you want to test the entrepreneurial water, if you want to test the water of business ownership, while you're working for the government, start a side hustle. If you gain more enjoyment and more fulfillment from that side hustle, and you're making half the money, but you're happier, then go be an entrepreneur. That would be my answer. If not, then don't do it. Hack Hunter, talk a bit about those who talk back bad about us. How can we stop them? Okay, Hack Hunter, I think that's your question. How do we stop people from talking about us? You don't. If people are talking crap about you, if they're hating on you, all they're doing is showing you who they are. I would much rather somebody talk bad about me to my face so that I can see who they are and not deal with them ever for the rest of their lives than to have them be friends with me and talk behind my back. So I want people who are my haters, people who may be my haters, and I don't have a lot of people who hate me, especially on social media. I don't get a lot of that. But if somebody does not like me, I would much rather them say it so that I can delete their comment and block them than for them to go behind my back and speak negatively about me, but try to be friends in my face. So that's what I prefer, because whatever comes out of a person's mouth is what a person is thinking. And you only know what a person is thinking once they start speaking. So I want people to talk so I can see what's going on in their head. And if it's hate for me, I'm glad, because now it's my turn. I'm going to remove that person from my life. I'm going to silence them by blocking them, cutting them completely out of my life, not giving them any access to me at all, so that I never ever have to experience those hateful thoughts and hateful words. I hope that helps. Okay. Marlene says, how can we discover ourselves? I try to think how to do it and I'm lost. Marlene, listen to me very closely. This is how you understand your purpose in life, which is an indication about what your makeup is. This is how you're going to understand it. If somebody is hurting, right? And I want you to think about somebody, a friend of yours, they were hurting, they were in pain, something happened to them or whatever, they were in pain. If that hurts your heart too, that is an indication about what you were actually created to do. See, we have all been called or created in life to solve a problem for one person or multiple people. Okay? So whatever is hurting somebody else that hurts you, it's an indication of the problem that you were created to solve. So you have to explore that. Okay, that person I'm just going to use something extreme. That person was abused verbally in their relationship, and that hurts your heart. Well, what problem were you created to solve in that person's life? Maybe you're a comforter, maybe you're a friend, maybe you're an encourager, maybe you help that person get away from an abusive relationship. That's an indication about what you were created to do in your life on a small, medium, or large scale. That's how you, so most of us ignore that. We ignore that pain that somebody else feels. We feel the same pain. We ignore that, so we miss our purpose. The reason why I started an employment agency is because when I grew up, we didn't have a lot of money, and I didn't like the way I felt when we didn't have a lot of money. So I vowed that once I grew up, I would try to stop people from feeling that way, and the only way that I can do that is to give them a job. That's kind of how I do, right, work for a company to give them a job. So employing people for the past 25 years with other companies has been my calling, and it's the thing that I love doing. I love doing that. Why did I start the business Positivities by Daniel? It's because if people are saying positive things, you have before you can say it, you have to think it. It has to come to your mind, right? And if you say it enough in your mind, if you think it enough in your mind and say it enough out of your mouth, it will show up in your life. So the truth is, these positive expressions on these t-shirts are supposed to manifest in a person's life. That's the reason why I created the company. I didn't create a company that has sassy sayings. No, it's positive sayings on a t-shirt. These are affirmations, positive sayings. These t-shirts are designed to make a person become more confident so they can live out the life they're supposed to live. That's the reason why I did it. Entrepreneur, quitting is not an option. No negativity allowed. Whatever the shirts say, we have over 100 designs in our store. The reason why I did that is because I want people to be affirmed. My daughter every morning gets up and she says this affirmation and then gives me a kiss. I am loved. I am beautiful. I am successful. I am God's child. My daughter, who is 5, says that every single day. It's a positive affirmation. She has a t-shirt that my wife created for her that says, I am loved. I am beautiful. I am successful. I am God's child. I want her to say that affirmation every single day for the rest of her life because I want her to know that she is loved. She is beautiful. She is successful. And she is God's child. Nobody else has to tell her that. I want her to say it so much to herself, to me, to her mother, that if anybody tells her that she's ugly, she automatically understands that they're telling a lie. That if anybody says that she's not successful, she automatically understands because of these affirmations that they are not telling the truth. Because she knows that she is loved, she is beautiful, she is successful, and she is God's child. That's the purpose behind these t-shirts. It's part of my purpose in life to share positivity with the world. And I get to do that with you guys here on TikTok and other platforms that I'm on as well. That's part of my purpose. So if you want to know how to discover yourself, tap into that. Somebody else is hurting, it hurts you. That's part of what you discovered to do. You're supposed to be doing. All right, let me get back to your questions. You guys are thanks for all of the giving that you're giving. I appreciate that. Okay, let me answer your question again. Eric says, thank you for the response. Don't be afraid to reach your fullest potential. Absolutely. What time tomorrow? Gavin, I will be back on tomorrow. It's 6:30 Central Standard Time. It's 6:30 Central Standard Time in the U.S. every single day. And then on Sundays, I go at a different time. Hack Hunter said, talk about those who talk back to us. We can't stop them. We just had that conversation. Kelly Whitaker says, good advice. I like it. Thank you. Thank you, baby loves. I appreciate it. Just a couple more questions. I want to make sure I can get to them. Hello, thank you for the advice you give to us. You are a real inspiration. Thank you so much, Maria. You know what? I appreciate it. I do it because I love you. I mean, I really do. Love is a sacrificial action that one person makes towards someone else without any expectation of a return. I do this because I love you. I don't ask you for anything. I do it because I love you. That's why. All right. I-3308 says, why is it that some people don't show empathy to other people when they are hurt? Okay, let me try to answer it in a way that makes a whole lot of sense to you. Okay. Um, a lot of times people are not empathetic because they don't understand that person's pain. They don't understand how much it hurts. They don't. They don't take the time to understand it. They don't want to understand it. I'm going to give you a simple example, just a simple example. I don't know if it's a good example. I'm going to give you a simple example. So my daughter just learned to ride her bike without training wheels. I don't feel bad for her when she falls because I know that falling is on the same pathway to her staying upright on a bicycle. Sometimes people get hurt in relationships, and listen, when it comes, I've been hurt in relationships. I've been cheated on. And when people come to me and say, man, I've been cheated on, should I get revenge on this? I say, man, don't waste your time doing that. It was bad, and I'm sorry that you were hurt, man, but you learn something from that. That's just my perspective. What I did is I tried to learn something from it so that I can grow and become a better person and be able to see that kind of stuff before it happened the next time. Some people are not empathetic because they just don't understand what another person is going through. If a person stops for a moment and really tries to understand what is it about this particular thing that hurt this other person, they'll become more empathetic. But they're not that way because they are into themselves, and they're not really, trying to understand what another person is going through in terms of their lives. Sad, but it's true. User 89 says, thank you for doing this. You're welcome. I think I got through all of your questions. I really appreciate it. Guys, I'll be on tomorrow, 40 days. Day number 14 of 40 days of freedom, power, and success tomorrow. Please join me. If you have a question that you want to ask tomorrow, please do that. Uzi, I'll answer this last question, and then we will end this live. Uzi says, "What advice can you give to the youth today?" This is my advice. Try everything. Try everything so that you can discover your one, two, or three things. Try everything. Don't be afraid to try everything. People are going to talk about you. People are going to tell you that you can't do it. Do it anyway. Try it anyway, because that's the only way that you're going to learn if it's right for you. People will tell you not to do it because it's not right for them, but it might be perfect for you. If you're a youth, try everything. You have a long life ahead of you. At 55, I still have a long life ahead of me, but try everything. And when somebody tells you no, that you shouldn't do it, it's probably the right thing you should be doing. Thank you guys so much for joining. As usual, at the end of each one of our lives, if this was helpful to you in any way, shape, form, or fashion, leave me a heart in the comment section. Leave me a heart in the comment section. I will see each one of you tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get back in front of you guys and talk to you one more time. If you want to see anything about the t-shirts, there's a link in the bio in my bio up there. Just click on the link. You'll see t-shirts, men, kids, women, motivational, fitness, all of it's right there. If you want to support positivities, Go pick up a shirt. It's 30% off right now. I will see you guys tomorrow. Day 14. Thank you for all of the love. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Day 14 of 40 days to freedom, power, and success. Meet me here tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I love you guys so much. Take care.